Hi, this is Levi from InterNACHI Marketing again, just quickly walking through a specific logo design. In this instance, we'll be looking at Nest home inspectors. So let's get started. So like every logo, the logo holds up to scaling. It looks good when it's large and it's understandable when it's large, but it also works when you scale back and the logo is very small. That's helpful because you can take parts of a logo and integrate it into your designs later. And when you blow it up, it looks just as good as it does when it's small. But it's very important that it's visible when it's small. One of the reasons why that is the case and why the logo works, and I've talked about this before in earlier designs, is that I paid attention to the line width and I repeated it throughout the logo designs. The logo design itself, in some cases, like in some places it fills into all black, but I've consistently used like this similar line weight. I think I went a little bit heavier on the house just to make it stand out a little bit more. And another thing I like about this logo, another thing that worked that's actually fun, and one of the primary reason this logo is successful is that you can see here that instead of using a capital N, I used a lowercase n. And the reason that I did this, the reason I made this choice, is because the lowercase n actually repeats shapes that are used in the logo above. So the image ties into the text. This isn't something you would do all of the time, but in this instance, with this logo and with the shapes I was using in the logo, having a lowercase letter actually, it feels more gentle and it ties into the theme of the nest, but it also repeats the shape, and I'm carrying shapes throughout the logo so that everything looks like it belongs together. Something I did, I've also mentioned this before, I made the LLC a little bit smaller, but I also made the LLC lowercase. It's still legible, but when you need a little bit more space, every letter in a logo design takes up space, so you want to be intentional about how you're dealing with very small amounts of space. So when I made this lowercase, that gave me more room to make home inspectors larger. This can be helpful with longer names, like if your name is property inspection, you can scale the LLC down and make it lowercase, and it still reads as an LLC, but it's not eating up space that you need to be able to read the property inspections or home inspectors when you scale it down. Another thing with the logos that I'm always paying attention to the spacing between things, making things look balanced. Sometimes the tendency with logos is to assume when something is actually balanced, that when it's spaced exactly the same, it looks balanced, but sometimes that's not true. You actually have to adjust and make spaces bigger and larger so that the spatial relationships in a logo look intentional, and the weight of the text is easy to read, and there's enough space between Nest and home inspectors and inspectors and InterNACHI certified. Another thing with this logo, the house at the top mirrors the shapes used in the home inspectors below. Again, like you want the image and the fonts in the logo to look like they belong together, to make the logo feel like all of the decisions made visually serve the logo. And here we come to my favorite dead horse to beat. The nest is a nest, right? The only reason you're going to use any image in a logo is to try and help people quickly remember your specific company name. You don't want people to hire any home inspector or home inspections or property inspections. You want them to hire Nest. So you want to reinforce, however you can, you want to reinforce the primary part of your company name. And this just serves as a tool in marketing and a whole bunch of other tools to just help people quickly remember your logo. Anyway, thank you for your time. You can get a hold of us for questions or to place an order at marketing.nachi.org. Thanks for watching.